just riding with my son-in-law, heading back to where he lives, testing out this new microphone that we've got and the GoPro angle. No sun today, but it's okay. We've got a bit of light gear on. Well, when I say light gear, not as hot gear as what I could be wearing. The other jacket I've got is waterproof 100%, and it is a warm jacket. Too warm really for anything above 14-15 degrees. It's only about that today. So I've got my leather jacket on, which is, again, it's not a jacket you'd ride in summer in. Looks like we're pulling up for some reason, not sure why, but we'll have a look. So we're just having a bit of a look at, see what's happened to the bike. He's hit a big pothole, just come along the road there. You've probably seen it on the video. We haven't gone very far, and we've had a good look in underneath here. Now it's not going to be possible for you to see it, but the exhaust pipe in behind the shield here has cracked through. So you notice there was a funny noise as soon as you hit that pothole, and we reckon that's what's happened. Cracked the exhaust pipe. So we're going back home, and then he's getting a car and driving back to his own place. Righto, well, we made it back to the shed, and we're just about to start pulling it down. We're going to start with these shrouds. We're going to get them off first, and then we'll get to the exhaust pipes. Check out these cracks. Let's get into it. Now, I haven't personally taken these shrouds off before, so I'm making a start on it until my son-in-law, the owner, gets back and gives me a hand. So it doesn't look too hard. I'm just going to take these clamps off. Righto, I've just about got these off. These C-clamps, what a design this is. I tell you. Sort of got to rotate these clamps around to be able to get them out of the shield, to be able to pull the shield off. That's the real bugger. That's that one. I've got this one as well. Well, there it is. What an idea that is. Jesus. That one I could hardly get off. I couldn't rotate it around. But anyway, that's off. So I'll get back to you when I get this other one off. Righto, the second one's coming off a bit quicker. Now I know how to do it. It's still a pain in the butt. So let's slide that one off. We'll pull it around the pipe. There it is there. What a... Anyway, that's off. Now we can start having a bit of a look, getting these off. So there's the crack in the pipe. Pretty nasty looking, but I think we'll be able to get it welded up. So let's get the pipes off. So I've got my helper that's arrived, and we're just going to start taking those pipes off now. Got a 13mm socket, and hopefully it all just spins off nice and easy. So we're just going to undo the sensors next. Another one over here. Apparently they just pull out. So we're just going to get the 4 bolts off the back of the bracket that holds these pipes. Righto, so while my second pair of hands is doing that part of the job, and it looks like he's almost got it off.
No,
by the looks of that.
It's falling off. I've still got bolts in it.
Oh, he's still got some bolts to do, right, okay. So we've got a seat here as well. This is the old seat. And we've got a new seat we're going to put on. So that looks like it's going to be my job, to stick that on. So let's get going. Right, looks to me like our bracket down the bottom is busted as well. Here we go, we're getting it all off. Let's have a look. So part of the problem obviously is that bracket there. That's the bottom section of the bracket. Let's have a look where those 4 bolts go. Yeah, so there's the 4 bolts that hold it on. I've still got one to take off. So that's just fallen straight off. And that's the exhaust pipe. Check that out. Jesus. That's hit one of those sinkholes. We thought it was a pothole, but it's actually a sinkhole. So it's still bitumised, but it was a shocker, as you can see on the video. So, and of course the other bit we still have to get off yet, which is still sitting in there. The other part of it, the other part of the exhaust pipe. So that's next on the list. So we're just going to get this side cover plate off, just so we can get the rest of that bracket that's hidden behind. There's a couple of bolts. We'll get them off, and so we get that bracket which is snapped off. And I'll get it all on the bench and we'll have a good look at it.
Long one at the top.
Righto, no worries. Let's get this bottom one off. There we go. Let's have another bit of a look in there. So there are 2 bolts got to come off next, are they? Well, it looks. Oh, and that's the rest of the support bracket underneath. Righto, let's get that off next. Well, we'll just get the second bolt out now that holds the bracket in that's broken. And that's been a bit of a task because we reckon it's been Loctited in, these bolts. So that's what it looks like. And that's now the busted half. We'll get it up on the bench in a minute and have a good look again. Righto, it's just about to drop off. And there it is, the busted piece. Righto. So we're just about to get this seat off. And if you watch have a look how narrow that one is, and you'll see the new one we're putting on. So we're just going to lift that off. We're just going to get the new one on and see how much difference that'll make. The idea is to try and make it a bit more comfortable to ride. So it just clips onto the front, bolt at the back, that should be done. So let's get into that. So here's the problem here. Let's have a look. So this is the bracket that holds the exhaust pipe on, and that bolts to the bottom of the engine. So it goes like that. 4 bolts in here, and then we've got a couple of bolts in here to hold this in position. Now, of course, that's snapped when he's hit the hole. You can sort of see a fresh bit of metal where it's just broken off. This may have been cracked previously. I think it has been, looking at that. And that's just the bit that was holding it. So of course, when that's broken, so when that snapped off, there was nothing really to hold these exhaust pipes. And of course, there's a fair bit of weight in these, especially with the shrouds on the other side. That's caused it to break, which is this bit here. So that's snapped completely off. And look, this could have been cracked for a while too. Looking at this, you can see there's a couple of bits of shiny bits, but the rest of it looks blackened. So it could have had a bit of a break in it anyway. So that sort of comes in like that. So basically that's what it's supposed to look like. Just like that, and it's broken right off. So on further inspection, I've also got some cracking in here which will have to be welded as well. So I can't see anything else wrong with it or any other cracks, but that's the result of hitting one of those sinkholes, I suppose, if you call it. So the next part of the journey will be to repair it all. So we've just got the exhaust pipes back and they've been repaired. I'll give you a look. So that's been welded all the way around, and the bit in the middle here has been welded as well. It had a crack in it, so these are good to go. The bracket itself, so if you remember, this was broken through, it was cracked through all the way through there, and this was a separate piece to this, and of course now it's been welded on. We've got a bit more meat around this end, so we're going to trim this off so it fits properly, and then it'll be good to go. So let's get into it. Right, so we've just been outside, we've cut this back up, so we've just shaped it up so it's just nice and gives us a bit of clearance there to the frame and the pulley underneath. So let's keep moving. Okay, so we've got the pipes back on after about 2.5 hours of juggling. The last thing we need to do is we need to put the cover back over the drive there. That's what we're doing next. So we just decided to do it like this so we get a couple of bolts underneath there behind the cover tightened up. So we thought this would be a better way of doing it. It looks like it's going to work. So we're just putting the shields back on, and then we're going to give it a test fire, and hopefully it doesn't break. Righto, let's fire it up and see what happens. So he's just gone for a test ride just to make sure that the pipe's going to hold. I know his route, he hasn't got his phone with him, so if he doesn't come back in the next 10 minutes, I'm going to have a look for him. Righto, so what's the verdict? All good by the looks. Just got the thumbs up. If you like this video, don't forget to check out Steps Adventures YouTube channel. I have heaps of videos just like this one, and don't forget to subscribe so you can see other great videos every week, and hit that bell button so you get notifications. Thanks for watching.